So what are we talking about today? Well, we're talking about one of my favorite all-time characters, one of my childhood creations, a robotic, a cybernetic, mechanical, slight monstrosity. We're talking about CEN-5 and the CEN series of robots. Very exciting topic for me. Listeners and customers and viewers may recognize this figure as having been unlocked during the Action Figure of the Month campaign that kicked off in the fall of 2020. People from all over the globe pledged their money to unlock this figure and make this childhood idea a reality. And we are very, very close at the time of this recording to CEN-5 making his debut as a physical product in people's hands. We're at the end zone now. It's very, very exciting. So I thought this was a good time to sort of recap what is so fantastic about this character and get everybody really hyped for his arrival. For those new to Knights of the Slice or ToyPizza, in the toy line of Knights of the Slice, there are characters designated as old heroes. And old heroes basically signifies that it's a piece of artwork or a character I came up with when I was a kid. Also, my cohort Nicky has also produced some of his old hero characters, with Dr. Mad being a fan favorite. So through some stroke of luck, through moving many times, and also having to evacuate an apartment due to fire, I have held on to my childhood drawings, and these are an endless wealth of inspiration for me as an adult and as a toy designer. So I constantly go back to this deep well of pretty juvenile is too good of a word, pretty unsophisticated characters and designs. CEN-5 is a character that I probably drew more than anybody else. And he did go under different names, he did have different backstories, but I kept sort of being stuck in this loop with this very, very specific design. This kind of cybernetic character, this almost a baby carrot for a nose, and really wild, almost puppet-like hair sort of cascading out of the top of his head. Again, lots of different drawings, but essentially those are the characteristics. Sometimes he has energy projectiles, sometimes he's using different weapons, but essentially the core character has been with me, for probably about 30 plus years at this point. Pretty scary when you think about it. What some people may not know and have never seen before is that actually there was a very traditional sculpt done of CEN-5 in the first couple of years of Knights of the Slice. And this was done by Ansuk, who's a really fantastic sculptor. This figure, this version, just never came to fruition. I couldn't fit it in to the overall scheme of Knights of the Slice, and I also felt, quite frankly, like the core character design was lacking something. And so I never moved forward with this version of the figure. I still have this piece, but it really took getting another person's eyes on it to make this into something that I felt was worthy of making into a toy. And that person was Beef Strong. If you guys are not following Beef Strong, you should absolutely follow Beef Strong. He is one of the best visual artists alive today. He's always very busy on these top secret projects, big Hollywood things. So you don't see a lot of output from him on Instagram, but that's only because he's toiling in the shadows on something really fantastic. But it was really Beef Strong and his willingness to reinterpret my character that set this up to be a fantastic toy. You can see little additions very late on, such as the little driver that plugs into his back. Those happened pretty late in the game, but were really, really crucial pieces in making this a captivating character. A special shout out goes to Siva Jack as well, who did a ton of finessing and remodeling based on Beef Strong's core idea, and really helped get us to the stage where the file could be turned over to China and then manufactured. In the world of Knights of the Slice, the CEN units are essentially heavy machinery. They are used for interplanetary drilling, they're used for deep sea exploration, they're used for drilling in caves. All the jobs that we don't want humans to do, the CEN units are assigned to. The problem is, CEN units are faulty, they're glitchy. Almost all of them have bad motivators in their legs that tend to explode, leaving exposed pieces of metal and wiring and tubing. And so they are not widely used. In fact, most of them have been decommissioned. CEN units have a special relationship with a little sort of co-pilot, if you will, the dolls. This is a very special bond between a CEN and a dolls. They work in unison. The dolls are little like probes. They can also sort of burrow into the drilling holes that CEN units can create within rock walls. They're very, very useful sidekicks to these big robotic monstrosities. CEN-5 in particular is important. You're seeing now some artwork rendered by the really fantastic Erwin Papa, another great artist you should be following. He is of note because he seems to have gained sentience. When his dolls is in danger due to a rock wall cave-in, the CEN unit, CEN-5, throws himself into a protective pose over the dolls and ultimately ends his own life in order to protect his little friend. It's then through corporate machinations that the remainder of the CEN-5 mechanical elements are combined with some corporeal human remains, and they are fused together to create the titular cyborg CEN-5. Now, the CEN-5 figure was unlocked alongside the Chromega figure. You're seeing this beautiful artwork by our good friend Drew Wise. And how their paths intersect, we're going to have to wait and see. With a little luck at the time of this recording again, CEN-5 will be in people's hands in summer of 2021. His buddy Chromega will be debuting in early fall 2021. So maybe by the time you're watching this, you already got both of them in hand and you love them. You think they're great. I certainly do. And I look forward to sharing this and many, many more childhood creations with you guys through the Nights of the Slice and through ToyPizza. The only thing left to say is pizza out.